Hey guys, I'm just Jershin, and welcome to the Season 3 finale of PokeMarch Madness. Apologies, I don't have full control of my arm right now. Got some new ink, and it's slowly but surely healing. It's leaking a lot, but that's okay. We're going to try to get through today's video without spilling bodily fluids everywhere. I know what you're thinking. It's called PokeMarch Madness, but today's April 1st. It does not compute. Yeah, I'm sorry. I would tell you that the reason that this episode is going live on April 1st is because I was lazy and didn't want to record and or edit the final episode in time, but that would be a lie. Kind of. Today is April 1st, which that date sounds oddly familiar. Is today like a national holiday or something? It can't be because I still have to work today. And it just felt cosmically, I felt the cosmic energy out in the world that today would be the perfect day to put out the season finale of PokeMarch Madness Season 3. Now, I will say, I've had a fantastic time recording these videos. These brackets have been a lot of fun. The theme of Season 3, of course, has been characters, and we've gone over some of the best characters in the history of the Pokemon games franchise, from the best rival, to the best champion, to the best evil team, to the best villain, to the best professor, even for a while stepping into the territory of the best moms. But I must say that today will probably go down in history as my #1 favorite bracket of all time. Maybe the most difficult bracket of all time. I'm looking at the matchups ahead of time, and I gotta tell you, it's even fights across the board. I have no idea how I'm going to choose a winner, but today, by the end of this episode, we will be able, you and I together, to crown the single best Poke-Dad in the history of every single Pokemon game. I mean, there's like tons of dads in the world of Pokemon. You've got the Gen 3 dad, Norman. You have the dad who's a gym leader in the Hoenn region. He uses normal type Pokemon. His name is Norman. You have the dad from Ruby and Sapphire that you see on the TV at the beginning of the game. I think his name is Norman. It's gonna be tough competition. There's some pretty good Poke-Dads out there. If Pokemon games are known for one thing and one thing alone, it's the dad content. So today we will be going through one at a time, starting on the left side, going to the right side, and by the end of today we will be able to crown, it's me, I'm the dad. We will be able to crown one singular dad as the #1 best dad. Okay, as standard, NSL and Yeetus will probably, NSL definitely, Yeetus, it's a coin toss at this point, but you should still go check out their channels nonetheless. Link in the description below. If you missed the entire season, you should go check those out because there are, you know, not as stacked brackets as this one, but some pretty dang good brackets nonetheless over the course of season. And as we get to the finale here, if you have any ideas for Season 4 of PokeMarch Madness, things you'd like to see us rank in bracket style next year, of course, we'll have Scarlet and Violet then, so maybe that'll change your mind. Leave some options down in the comments below. All right, without further ado, this one could take 6 hours. Like, it's really tough. I'm gonna have to go back and forth on these guys, and we're gonna see what we can do. Okay, starting on the top left, we have Norman from Gen 3 versus Norman from Hoenn. Okay, we'll start with the top one. It's pretty cool. You start off in Gen 3, you get off the moving truck, you get to actually see how you end up in this new town. That's pretty cool. Your mom is there to greet you as usual. That's pretty standard. And then she calls you downstairs after you go to reset your clock, and she says, your dad's on TV. And I was like, I have a dad. Gen 1 and Gen 2, very seldom talked about. Certainly never seen. Very seldom talked about in the world of Pokemon. So in Gen 3, to finally get a mention on the TV is very exciting. And then you later find out when you go to Petalburg, you're like, he's here, he's real, he's not a ghost, he's not dead. He didn't leave us for milk 20 years ago and never came back. That's very exciting. It's pretty cool you get to see him. He's a gym leader, which, you know, adds a little gravitas to him. Overall design, I think, is pretty clean. Other Norman, on the other hand, Hoenn region. I know I've said I don't like the Hoenn region before, but it is pretty cool that you have a dad who is a gym member within the Hoenn region. It's pretty elite company. There's only 8 of them. He specializes in the normal type. His name is Norman. Not a ton of creativity there, but his team's pretty stacked nonetheless if you think about it. The Vigoroth, the Slaking. Does he have 2 Slaking? I think he might. He's so close to your house. He's like, you know, even though he's not I assume he lives with your mom and comes home at night when he's not gym leading, but we never see that, of course, over the course of the game because Gen 3 sucks and took out the day-night cycle. Sorry. This is not a Gen 3 slander video. This is pretty heavy in the Gen 3, actually. It hurts me to say that I think a Gen 3 Norman may win this bracket. Style, you know, I think it's pretty solid. Not the biggest fan of the haircut, the like extended widow's peak. Maybe it's not a haircut, maybe his hair just grows like that. Maybe I shouldn't judge him for that. Crossed arms looking pretty good. It's close here. I'm gonna have to give this one to Norman, but just barely.
A few minutes later.
Oh, but that Slay King is so tough to beat. I mean, I know it has Truant, it can only attack every other turn. Okay, for the Slay King and the Slay King alone, I'm gonna have to give this one to Norman.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I actually think it's pretty cool that even though you meet him in like the second town in the game, he tells you that you're not ready to face him yet, and that you gotta go collect 4 badges before you ultimately get to come back and fight him. And he gives you surf after you beat him. It's pretty important. He's like, yeah, okay, this one's going to Norman. That one's actually a pretty easy matchup, all things considered.
1 hour later.
There's something about the red jacket. It's top red, the sleeves are rolled up. There's something about it, arms crossed. This Norman means business. I'm gonna have to give it to this Norman.
2 hours later.
I've always kind of gotten weird vibes from Norman. I don't really know what it is about him. There's something, maybe it's the eyebrows. Something is kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies, so I'm gonna have to give this one to Norman. That's a little subjective, I know, and I apologize for that, but it's how I feel.
5 hours later.
Now, I know I said that it was cool that you don't have to face him initially. You got to go collect 4 badges and then come back and fight him for the 5th badge, but he ends up being kind of a pushover, you know? I'm not saying that your dad should be a better gym trainer than you, a 10-year-old child, but at the end of the day, it's a little sad how easy he is to beat. I'm gonna have to give it to Norman.
1 eternity later.
Look, this is like maybe the toughest matchup in the history of PokeMarch Madness. These two characters both objectively exude so much dadly energy. It's really hard. As I sit here and objectively try to measure them, I think I'm gonna have to go with gut reaction here. And my gut is telling me that it's Norman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Norman, the dadliest dad who ever did dad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Happy April 1st, by the way. And I hope you enjoyed Season 3 of PokeMarch Madness in general. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing characters. I think next year, we've already been talking a little bit, doing some sprinkles of ideas of what we may do. I think we may get back into the realm of ranking Pokemon versus humans, a little less simpery involved potentially, but we don't know what we're gonna rank them on. Do we do 16 brackets of what's the best fire type Pokemon, what's the best water type Pokemon? Maybe that's an option. If you have any other ideas, would love to hear them in the description down below. Big thanks to my boy NSL for huge props to NSL. Please, if you have not checked out his channel, go and do so already. He not only is doing these alongside me, as is Yeetus, link in the description, he actually built all of these wonderful brackets himself. I think, if I'm not mistaken, all of these trainer icons with the names beneath them, he had to go in and make custom. So just a massive time sink put into this, and I truly cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. So please go show NSL some support. We will of course be back next year. PokeMarch Madness Season 4 should be a very good time. I know when we started this, I said I was like, it's like in The Office when Dwight is shunning and unshunning Andy, but it's kind of stupid because he's basically talking to him the entire time anyway, so it's not much of a shun. I know I said I was on a break, and then I said I was not on a break for PokeMarch Madness. It's stupid, but I'm probably going to go back on the break. Still just, you know, getting my bearings straight. I will say it is nice. It's spring now, although it's been raining for 4 or 5 days straight. Starting to feel a little better, which is always a good sign. Still not quite ready to commit to like streaming a bunch of days again, hopefully soon. And maybe we'll work in slowly. I will say, have an idea for a singular video, like just a random one-off video that I think would be a lot of fun to do, but it's gonna be a lot of work. So I don't know if I do it, and knowing my laziness, I won't. But if I do it, it's gonna take probably like a month to put together. So maybe expect that on the horizon. I got some other things I may be interested in doing, but hopefully I'll be with you guys soon. As always, I'm in the community Discord, I'm on Twitter, etc. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. It was nice, even though taking a break, it was nice to sit down and record some fun brackets with you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next year.